I would literally look at Jeff and go, I hate this motherfucker. Let's talk about poison. Let's talk about toxic. Let's talk about things that will harm you, things that erode away a little at a time. Anything can really be toxic in the wrong amounts or the wrong dilutions. Let's talk about like acid, right? Acid. You have some super diluted acid, but you keep dropping it on your finger a little bit at a time. Eventually it's going to eat a hole through your finger. And that's how people are. You have to be careful who you allow around you. You have to be careful who you're watching. You have to be careful who you're spending time with. You have to be careful who you're listening to. I find it even myself. I like a lot of different music. I listen to a lot of rap music. When I'm working out, it's rap music or it's fast music. It's aggressive, angry music. When I'm trying to get something done, though, I have to use that in moderation because I find myself clenching my jaw. I find myself tensed up. I find myself hunched over. I find myself very focused, but I find myself sore and angry and like having a headache. And that's how people around you are. When I change that music, when I'm trying to get a task done that's not aggressive or requires strength or speed, like working out. I like aggressive music when I work out. But when I have a task and I'm trying to do some math or I'm trying to actually accomplish some business stuff or get a project done, I have to use the music in moderation because I find that I give myself a fucking headache from being clenched up from it, right? It changes your thought process. It changes the tone of everything you're doing. When I put on a podcast about motivation or positive shit, I find myself in a lot better light. That's because we're influenced by what is around us. We're influenced even by what we take in, what we view, what we listen to, what we just spend time with, right? You're going to be the 5 closest people you're around. And people are like, well, I'm only around 2 people. That's okay. Use the other 3 people by who you listen to. If you listen to a lot of Ed Milet shit, you're going to fucking start to repeat and say things that Ed says. Andy Frisella, same thing. Oprah Winfrey, she says some great shit, whether you like her or not. Tony Robbins, you're going to fucking have that type of mindset. And what I'm talking about with toxic people, when you push toxic people away from you, when you stop talking about them, when they no longer enter your thought, you don't realize they're gone, but it leaves more room and there's a void that you fill. And if you fill that with better shit, you yourself are going to do better shit. And what I've realized is I've pushed a lot of that shit away. Like, people used to come into the shop here, people who I didn't even know. Like, I would meet some dude from somebody else I know, and that dude would be around and consider us friends. And I was caught in that friend thing, right? Be careful who you call a friend. Those are really acquaintances. But if you're around them on a regular basis, we're quick to call them friends. It's just what the term friend has changed. What we mean is person we know. And these people we knew would come here, and they would start telling me things about other people I know. And I just realized that every time this guy would walk through the door, I would literally look at Jeff and go, I hate this motherfucker. I really don't. He's just smarmy. He's fucking wormy. He's like a fucking cancer. And I didn't realize it until one day he came back. This happened like a dozen times. I have people that truly are friends, people who benefit me, make me better, drive me, make me want to just do better. So this dude would come around and just start talking shit about these people. And finally I just said, hold on. Is it affecting your life? Like, every time you come in here, you tell me some stuff about somebody who I wasn't thinking about at all that day. I'm focused on me, mine, and my task at hand. But you come in here and you stop that for 2 hours to tell me some hateful, negative shit, something you don't like about these fucking 3 or 4 other people. I go, is it affecting your marriage? Is it affecting how you raise your kids? Is it affecting this little dog you bring in here with you all the time? Is it affecting your job? If you truly don't like these people, why do you call them friends? Why do you spend time with them? And why do you come in here and tell me about it? I see you, let's say once a month maybe he would come here. I'm like, why do you care? Walk out of here, block them on social media, don't go where they're at, and stop spending time with them. All that goes away. Everything you're telling me, the only reason I know it is because you told me it. Nobody else has told me those things. I haven't seen them for myself. And the things you're telling me about these other people, that happens in their house. That happens in their bedroom. That happens in their lives. That part of their life, if it exists, doesn't come here. They're not harming kids. They're not doing anything illegal. And even if they are, illegal in whose eyes? It doesn't affect me in a negative manner. We get so caught up every day, involved in shit that doesn't affect the temperature of the water in our pool. Now, Jack Spirko says that, and that's a great term because I'm in the hot tub and I'm comfortable and I'm there with my wife and we're doing whatever. Why do I care what some dude 100 miles away is doing if it doesn't fucking change the temperature of the water in my pool? Does it turn my lights off? Does it affect my ability to pay my employees? Does it keep me from doing something I want to do on the weekend? Does it change the way I raise my children? And the answer is no. And there's a root to all of that. We all have a situation like this. We all have that person that gossips about somebody else we know, when really the person they're gossiping about, we don't even truly know them. It's an acquaintance. It's somebody we know of, maybe, right? But from where I stand, the man that's being talked shit about had a horrible fucking divorce, got a new fucking woman, has a fucking wonderful life to look at it from where I stand. She loves him. He fucking loves her. She raises his fucking kids like they're her own. This dude fucking pays his fucking $2,000 a month child support, even though most months that's what he fucking makes, right? So with her being there, it allows them to live a life. From where I stand, fuck, that dude's doing everything he's supposed to be doing and doing some shit he shouldn't even have to be doing, but the court system is so fucked up. And then there's this other dude talking shit about them. And the truth is, I know these two people better than I ever knew this other dude. Now, why am I talking about this? I'm talking about this because I've pushed that away. When I started telling, something changed, and I think if you go back and watch the movies and the videos and stuff that we've done, really about a year ago, something really changed. The tone, the urgency, the pace, everything I do, the energy levels changed. And really, when I look back at it, what did I start doing differently? How did I get that energy? Where did it come from? I can't trace it to a supplement, chemical, anything like that. Really, all I did was I started listening to guys when they said, push the fucking negativity out of your life. And I didn't really make a list. I didn't go, okay, this guy's got to go, this guy's got to go. All I did was, as I came in contact with people, or something happened where I got tagged as some bullshit on the internet, I just said, does this affect me? Does this affect me? And are they positive or are they negative? Do I stand to gain anything from them in that, not money, but does it make me better? And if the answer is no, and they're neutral, whatever. But if it's negative and it's involving my time, it's involving or affecting people that I care about, that's negativity and that has to go. So I stepped to the side and I distanced myself from them. I stopped communicating with them. I stopped fucking getting in bullshit, being involved with stuff. And I literally told the dude, I go, look, man, the only reason I know any of this is because you're here every time you come here telling me this. And it doesn't matter. And what you're telling me, that also doesn't matter. The way I fuck my wife is none of your fucking business. What somebody else is doing with their wife or how they're raising their kids, if their kids aren't being harmed, it's none of your fucking business. But you spend a lot of fucking time over this shit. And the reason what I'm saying is this motherfucker came and popped back up. He's a little fucking wormy piece of shit. And it comes down to, we have these challenge coins. We made 200 challenge coins, and I handed them to people. I gave the first, I don't know, maybe 12 were closely held, and I physically gave those to people. The others we sold in our group, and by having the first coin, you were able to get the second, third, and there's some just the prestige that comes with it having that number, and when we struck new coins, whoever had that number got the option to get the next number in the coin first before they ever went out. We did that for 6 weeks probably. We gave somebody an opportunity to get those things. And there was some other shit that came with them by being a coin holder. It's kind of a secret little club, right? We'll call it a secret society or whatever. When you did something hateful, shitty, whatever, got excommunicated from that group, pushed from that group, those coins are supposed to come back so that we can reissue them to people doing good shit. They're not supposed to be sold. And everybody in the group knows that if you buy that coin, that number's dead. That number's struck from the list. It can never move until it comes home and we give it to somebody else that we want to have it. That's a dead number. You stand nothing by having it, and as a matter of fact, you're a shitbag in my eyes and many others. Like I don't control. It's become its own thing. It governs itself, kind of. But if you have this coin, if you go and buy this coin, you're a fucking shitbag for buying the coin from the other dude. You're on level with that dude pretty much for the most part. So this dude has a bunch of gear. He came in here, he got hooked up with a bunch of, I'll bet he's got close to $5,000 worth of gear that he fucking paid little or almost nothing for by association. He was a friend of some people that are dear and true to me, so I took care of them because he was their own. So he goes out and puts this coin on eBay. And I said, we know who the dude is. Like everybody knew who he was. And I said, and they're like, can I buy the coin? I go, I don't care if you buy the coin, just know he is doing this to start some shit. He is so fucking miserable in his life that his amusement is to stir up some shit within our group. I said, don't let that happen. Like, a year ago, I just said, do whatever you're going to do. I don't want to know about it. And shit would just start happening. Like, you would just find yourself on lists, fucking shunned from other groups. Like, it's like a fraternity almost, right? How do super, super rich people get super rich? It's not that they're the best for the job. It's that they're in the club and they have the handshake. And you can be fucking removed from a list just as easily as you can be on the bad list. Just like, that's how shit happens in the world. Terrible shit happens to people and they find themselves fucking cock-blocked over silliness that they never knew happened. I don't have time for any of that shit. So I said, look, don't let him profit off of this. Don't give him the satisfaction of being angry about it. Do not bring this up anywhere. I said, but no, he has about $5,000 worth of gear that he could sell. If this is about money, there's a lot of shit, because people know that coin is like having poison. It's like having something with great power. It's like having something with great power, but only certain people can fucking use that thing. And if the wrong person has it, it's actually poisonous to them. If this is about money, he would sell the gear. But no, when he does go to sell the gear, he didn't pay anything for the gear. Like, do not give him the satisfaction of it. I said he chose to sell the coin to spur and start shit. So I said, do not comment about this. Do not put this out in any of the groups. This doesn't go anywhere. Just leave this. Let him live his fucking life. And now there's a second. So we were talking about this in a group, and that information started getting out, and people were showing me at other places. Well, who does he stand with? Who is his buddy when he was out causing problems and starting shit in other groups and stuff? Who stands with him? And that's what I say. You're going to be the sum of the 5 people that you're with. If you call a fucking shitbag or somebody doing some fucking shit to other people you call friends, but you fucking continue to do that, and you go out and you like his comments and you give him the attaboy and everything, you find yourself out of those other groups. So another dude hits me up this morning, and he's like, now that I'm out of this group, what's the procedure for selling the coins? I go, I'm not buying shit from you. I go live your life, man. You haven't participated in the group. You haven't showed up. Nothing. You haven't added anything to me or anybody of mine. You haven't added anything positive in over a year. And now you want to contact me because you find yourself not in a group that you were only in to stir shit and take to the other fucking side, right? It's like a little fucking girls' club. I go, what do you care, man? He goes, well, I got a divorce and I lived in it. I go, we've all done that. Did you forget my story? You're talking to a motherfucker who had 100 times more than you and lost 100 times more than you and at the lowest was lower than you've ever fucking been and came back and did some shit. I never asked anybody for anything. So that excuse is not valid for standing next to somebody that fucks all your boys over, the people you call boys. But here we are making this video. I haven't spoken to these people in a year probably. One of them was at Blade Show, came into my booth, stood there and talked to people and never fucking acknowledged me, never shook hands with me, never said hello, never said fuck you, never said anything. But now he's mad that he's not in a closed group where we talk amongst ourselves and there's only 200 people. And here we are making this video and it's consumed about 2 hours of my day. So how can I make it a learning point? How can I benefit or help somebody else benefit from it? This is just proof. This guy's name has not fucking crossed my mind in well over 6 months. Like, I didn't even know he existed. And the coin the dude is selling, turns out, is from another dude who worked here, who just fucking he's just a fucking passive, aggressive little cunt. You'll see him out on the internet saying things and like, it doesn't matter, man. It doesn't matter. These people do not exist. Their life is worrying about some people that are not friends of theirs. Their life is not go work hard, do better, go home to my family, start something that people want to be a part of. They are laser focused, and all their little underhanded shit has to do with people that they didn't want to be a part of. They caused inner fighting. It's literally a cancer. It's like gossip at work. I heard Jack say the other day that he was talking about a dude whose corporate policy was always fire the lowest 10% of your employees every year. And it was a big car company, I think, and he had, hundreds of thousands of employees. But you just cut the lowest 10%, the non-performers, because they're poisonous to the rest of them, and you just bring new blood in. And what Jack was saying was like, when I ran businesses, 100 people, 200, 300 people, if I had somebody who was gossiping, if they had time to gossip about somebody else, they are going to do that all the time, and it's poisonous. Fire that person, and that's what you need to do. When you see a person in your life and they are talking negative about somebody else, especially stop and think about it. Do I know the person they're talking about? Did we just spend 15 minutes with them talking shit about somebody, and they took 15 minutes of my life while I got caught up in it? Does it affect me? In any way whatsoever, did it fucking affect me? Did that conversation add to me? Did it take from me? And even if it didn't do either, if it didn't take from you, it still sidetracked you for 15 minutes. That's 15 minutes of your life that you can never get back. And we all know those people. There's just those people that come around you. There's people you see on social media, and every post is, fuck my life, or my bad luck, or whatever. I know a dude that was constantly doing that shit, and I'd show it to Amanda, and she's like, that dude's cursed. I go, what do you mean? She goes like, a witch put a curse on him. A voodoo doll, fucking something has happened. A demon has fucking touched him or possesses him somehow, because every single thing that happens to him when he says he gets up a little bit, it just crashes. A gravel truck hits his fucking truck. A car falls on his house. Like, those things didn't happen. It's an example. It's like some Stephen King shit. So if you're doing business with that dude, if that dude really has all this bad shit happening to him, there's a couple of options there, right? But the one common denominator is the dude that has all the bad shit happen to him is always there when the bad shit happens. Do you want that dude with the bad luck fucking in your business or around your business or around your family? What if his fucking shit catches, like, we know he has bad luck like that? Is it worth trying to help him when he hasn't over years figured out how to help himself and have the bad luck stop happening? Because what happens when he's here and his shit catches on fire here? This building burns down because of his shit. Keep fucking bad people away from you. That's the whole moral to this. What's the takeaway? If it's not helping you, whether you think so or not, if it's not helping you, it's harming you because it's taking time from you. If it's not adding to you, if it's not adding positivity to you, it's taking away from you. And if you go back, just step back 12 months. Just go back 12 months on YouTube and find any of our videos, or go back in Facebook especially, find anything 12 months ago. That's really where it started to change. And the only thing that I changed was just pushing the negative people away. When I'd see somebody that I didn't like what they're, like every time you're just scrolling through Facebook and it's just somebody saying some shit that doesn't add to you, I just unfriended them, blocked them. I don't see it anymore. We are fucking stuck on social media. Whether you want to or not, when you sit down, that phone's gonna come out. Take your wife this weekend. Take your wife this weekend, and when you guys go eat, leave your phones in the car. But my kids, come on, we didn't have phone 10 years ago. There was no phone. There was no emergency, and we all still lived. When the babysitter was babysitting me, and mom and dad were out to dinner, and something happened, mom and dad found out about it when we got home. It didn't change anything in our lives. That is a crutch. That is an excuse. Take your woman or your boyfriend or whoever you have, whatever it is that's important to you, and just fucking leave the phone and see what happens. We are stuck on this thing, is my point. When they built the algorithms for social media, they said, how can we get people to keep coming back? Instagram has the heart because it's an immediate gratification. It is an endorphin release. It fucking has rewired our neural pathways, and we're stuck on it like a drug. I myself picked this fucking thing up, and I crave for it. I've made a point when I wake up in the morning to try to not touch the phone for an hour. I don't look at anything. I make a video. When I get outside, when I get here, I make a video, and then I put the phone away for an hour. I don't ever look at fucking comments. I don't look at fucking anything. And I work out, or I cardio, or whatever I do. And you know what happens for that hour? Nothing. There's no fucking distraction. Nothing bad happens for that hour. And if it happened, if a meteor was coming, it's going to hit me anyways. It doesn't matter because my building's not on fire, my house isn't on fire, my wife is okay, my kids are okay. Nothing changed. So propagate your newsfeed. Propagate your friends. If they're not adding to you, they are taking, whether you know it or not, they are taking from you. Epstein didn't kill himself. We know that. I believe that. I've said that from day one. We've said for the last 2 years Epstein's going to they're going to off Epstein. Everybody around them has suicided themselves. I spent a lot of time talking about it. It was fun. They made us right. They proved us right. But at the end of the day, did you know Epstein? Did I know Epstein? Are the Clintons coming to your house to kill you? We know they're corrupt. Everybody knows they're corrupt. But it's a bigger show that we don't get to see behind the curtain. And if we know it, you know what happens when you turn the news off? Turn the news off for 6 months. Turn television off for 6 months. You know what happens? Nothing. You got a lot more real shit done. You lifted more weights. You dug more in the garden. You grew more food. You spent more time with your family. Your health is better. You are clearer headed. And that's how Facebook is. But you're trapped in it, and you're going to stay there. So if you see somebody that's not adding to you, if you see somebody that even irritates you more than twice in a week, just fucking block them for 30 days. And if you're not ready to commit to it, you have commitment issues, block them 30 days. And then when they pop back up, you know what's going to happen? You're going to be like, man, it was nice for 30 days when I wasn't fucking distracted by this moron. And you're going to block them again. And then in 30 days, maybe you'll be ready to make the commitment, and you'll just cut them out because they're not adding anything. And sooner or later, they will come back around. And you're going to realize how nice it was when that hatefulness and that toxicity was not around you. When you push bad shit away, good shit's coming. When you fucking help other people and you have more room for good shit, more good shit's going to come. You're going to get what you surround yourself with. Energy, religion, call it whatever you want. Karma, whatever it is. But that's very, very, very fucking real shit. Go back and watch some of the videos just from a year or 2 years ago. You're going to see a change. And the only fucking change that I can fucking track it to, and I've thought about this a lot, the only thing I can track it to is I just fucking got negative fucking people away from me. If it wasn't adding to me, I find myself getting caught up in other people's bullshit on the internet. I don't belong to it. It's not me. I don't even know the people involved in it. That's how the news is. We don't know the people. Your vote's not going to change it. Just do good shit, man. Push bad shit away. Do good shit, and good shit's going to come to you. It's going to change the pace and the speed and the tone of everything in your life. Other people around you who only see you every 6 weeks or so, they're going to say, man, you look different. You fucking stand taller. Your shoulders are fucking broader. There's something about you. It's the energy. They can't see it, but they know it's there. There is something there. Be better. Just fucking be better, man. You're going to be amazed at what can happen.